Right, here we are at Washbrook Meadows for Ottery St Mary Football Club against Awliscombe United in one of their pre-season friendlies, kicking off their season in the Devon and Exeter Football League Division 3. And I'm delighted to say I'm joined by the one and only Steve Mingo, all the way from Honiton. How are you, Steve?
I'm fantastic, Oscar. It's great to be here. It's a lovely day. It was raining earlier, so it sort of did concern me, is there going to be a waterlogged pitch, but it looks like things have turned out for the better.
And if there is rain later on in the match, then we're going to have to put our brolly up in our professional studio outside on the benches.
Absolutely.
Around the back of their main pitch, and the grass is looking rather green. So we're just waiting for Ottery and Awliscombe to finish warming up, stretching off, and the referee is busy in the middle of the park.
Pre-match huddle there, by the looks of it, just confirming with the linesman, today's plans. Kick-off is in approximately a minute, according to my watch anyway. And this commentary, of course, brought to you by Radio Ottery.
Yes, this isn't a live commentary, don't forget that. You can get involved this weekend by visiting our website, otteryradio.co.uk. But this is a pre-recording of Ottery's pre-season fixture, taking place on August the 4th against Awliscombe United.
And that's the referee's whistle there, signalling preparation for the match should begin, so you'll find the players returning to their own halves and forming up. In the meantime, Oscar, can the listeners get in touch and let us know what they think of Ottery?
Absolutely, they can get involved via our Facebook page for the younger generation. It's facebook.com/Radio Ottery. All the links are on there. And I don't know about you, Steve, but I can see, I can't see him anymore. I could see Graham, the Ottery St Mary manager, looking rather confident on the sidelines, but I think he's disappeared.
Absolutely. I mean, he was saying to us as we were setting up, saying he's very confident they will knock this one out of the park, so to speak. And there's the coin toss. There we go.
And it seems that the players are not switching sides, so it's going to be Ottery St Mary against Awliscombe. Ottery St Mary in blue.
Playing from the home end down here near us.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Awliscombe in yellow. And here comes Graham Varley, the Ottery St Mary manager, really encouraging his side on. And even though it doesn't matter, even though it's not a competitive fixture, there's real sense in the air of the players sort of really wanting to give it their best shot.
Absolutely, and that's all you can ask for is your best. I mean, it's a fantastic summer for sport. We've had the Olympics, the Paralympics, all that going on. There was the Euros earlier this year, and just taking it down to a grassroots level with a small club like Ottery, people that just love to play football, and as you can hear, it really has kicked off.
Yeah, so Ottery in blue, kicking from left to right. And
it's gone out for a throw in there. Ottery taking throwing. Let's run through the lineups of today's papers. Excuse for listeners while I get the necessary paperwork.
Right. Well, in goal we've got Dan Schofield. He's been at Ottery for a while, and Graham, the manager, has gone for him because I think this is one of Ottery's strongest sides. They want to field in competitive fixtures.
He's fielded a strong first team here today.
We've got Sean Jurtin, who's a central defender, and he can also play on the right. He's recently moved back to Ottery from London, and he is actually a former Ottery St Mary player. So he's on the right-hand side, centre-right of defence.
And Ottery out for another throw in there, towards the Awliscombe half, towards their goal.
Yeah, we're doing all right so far. We're not, we haven't been applying pressure to their goal, but we certainly have been playing, packed right in their half. Awliscombe don't look incredibly comfortable.
And the linesman is just having words there. I think over a player chewing gum on the pitch. That's good. The linesman's name is Eric. He's 70, and he's actually a veteran Ottery player. So
is he really?
Yeah. So bless his heart. He's a good chap. I spoke to him before the match. He loves what he does. So.
A veteran Ottery player as a linesman, is that legal?
I don't like to question, but it does look on the other side. They've got another linesman there who does appear to be wearing yellow shorts, so representing the Awliscombe colours.
There we go. David Weeks is our second central defender. He's a former physio.
Taking the throw in there as well.
That's him, yes. And he's working in the England setup. That was when he was a physio, and now he's working for Wales. So a bit of a shift in affiliations there as the ball's sent in by Ottery, and that was
Headed
a good,
away.
yeah, good strong header.
By Awliscombe's central defender.
And they're just, the opposition, Awliscombe here, are just punting it out, and Ottery are on the ball, and we're putting the ball down at our feet and playing it across, and there's a shift, and we win the header as well up in the Awliscombe half, and Ottery in blue are looking comfortable.
Now the action is taken around the centre spot here. Plenty of interceptions, the ball is rapidly changing pace, but it has gone out for a throw-in, and that looks like it's an Awliscombe throw-in, it is indeed. No, I was wrong.
It'll be an Ottery St Mary throw on the right-hand side, level with their penalty area.
Absolutely, and that there was a result of a tackle gone wrong by the looks of it, the ball just shooting out off the side of the pitch, and that's taken.
Now we can hear the real enthusiasm of the Awliscombe and Ottery players really egging each other on as they want a good early start, and Ottery have had that as the ball's played through. Just couldn't squeeze into the centre of the park, and Awliscombe come away with it. But if that ball had pulled off, we could have been through on goal there. Our strikers could have had a one-on-one opportunity.
Now up in the Awliscombe half, and the linesman raises flag. That was indeed offside.
Is that the first offside of the game?
That was. Yes.
Now, Ottery, we've competed on a number of occasions in FA competitions. We've had 6 campaigns in the FA Cup. And we've actually got to the second qualifying round. That was in 1987. So we're decent in cup competitions. In the league, we've suffered as a result of last season's sort of financial turmoil. We're now playing in the Devon and Exeter League Division 3, which is actually it's 3 divisions higher than our opponents today, Awliscombe.
Blimey.
So we should be in for at least a draw, I might say.
And the ball's gone out once again up in the Awliscombe half for an Ottery throw-in, so we really are applying the pressure. You can really see the difference in the teams today.
We're only about 7 minutes into the game so far, but Ottery have had the majority of possession. We've had the passes completed, and we've looked good. But I mean, that's to be expected, isn't it?
I would hope so. Being a presenter of Radio Ottery, I would like to say my team will make you proud. Oh, it's the side netting. I think that was a low strike from the corner there.
Yes, it was. The angle on that from the Ottery St Mary winger was quite acute, but he did particularly well to grab a deflection off that and win the corner on the right-hand side as we look at it from behind the Ottery St Mary end.
And the corner deflected by Awliscombe's defender straight into the trees, actually.
And they act as a rather nice barrier. We could, if we have one of those in front of our goal, so we can prevent Awliscombe from netting at all in this first 45 minutes.
Unbiased commentary there.
Yes, as it's whipped in again. Oh, and it's Awliscombe get the
nice header, heading it straight out to midfield actually. But Ottery straight on the attack again.
Again, we're whipping the balls in. Awliscombe are defending sort of with their lives, and they're not passing it out. Let's see if he can. Oh, he's poked it through the Awliscombe midfielder, and now they can come and counter-attack.
And it's worth saying that the Ottery team do take this very seriously, as far as I can tell, Oscar. Trialling a French footballer mid-left today. His name is Seb, and I think he's actually only been here for 5 years. He's played before. Very good French footballer by the looks of it, but time will tell. Just because he's French, it doesn't mean he's good.
Oh well,
we'll see. We'll see.
He must be good at penalties, though. At least we have, people from other countries to take our spot kicks for us. That's all that matters after the European crisis. And the ball, we haven't had any apart from that shot maybe a minute and a half ago from a rather tight angle. We haven't had any decent efforts on goal, but neither have Awliscombe, and that's what matters.
Now the ball firmly around the centre position here, and it's out for a throw-in as Awliscombe weren't risking Ottery possession.
Not at all, and our number 2 at right back is waiting to take this throw-in, and the referee's had a good game so far. There he is in the middle of the park with his hands on his hips.
And I believe he's from Brazil. Am I correct?
Is he a Brazilian referee? Yes, I think you're absolutely right, Steve. He's had a good game, and why not in a pre-season pre-season friendly. We don't want to see any cards. We don't want to see any stupid refereeing decisions. We just want to get on with the football and warm up for the season ahead. As the Ottery St Mary goalkeeper.
Well, and there goes our paperwork. One of the
as our paperwork
outside
flies off, but luckily to say,
thank you very much.
we're back in a safe position here, just to the right hand side of the Ottery St Mary goal that we're defending. As I was saying, our goalkeeper looks, solid. He's doing a lot in goal. Dan Schofield, he doesn't look like he's had any problems yet, but that's saying we're only about 12 minutes into the game. And a break in play here as our French trialist Seb on the left wing prepares to take this Ottery St Mary throw-in, just level with the halfway line.
Absolutely, and it looks like possession is, I would say, 80% Ottery at the moment. Awliscombe really struggling in defence there. As you can see right now, the ball is deep inside their own half. They really want to get that up here. They want to make some long passes.
I think, Steve, though, the longer it goes on at 0-0, as the referee blows his whistle and awards Awliscombe a free kick, the longer it goes on at 0-0, Awliscombe will think, well, hang on a minute, we're in with quite a good chance here, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, if I was in Awliscombe's position as their manager, I would take a draw.
But is it the result that matters, though, or is it just about fitness and warming up for the season ahead? As the ball's lofted into the penalty area, and Ottery just about clear their lines, but it's still camped inside our half as numerous spectators arrive all around us, and we've got at least 10 people here watching the game, and there's a shot in to the Ottery St Mary goal, but nothing comes of it, as we have even more spectators here blocking our view of the pitch. And Graham, the Ottery St Mary manager, has just handed us official team sheet.
This is what I was waiting for. It's belated play. I can't blame the guy. He was concentrating on his team.
And it's fired in. It's off the post from Awliscombe. My goodness me, it was a good chance, Steve. It was just on the 6-yard box, but it was fired, and it was a really good chance, and he should have done better. But Ottery survived. And David Weeks, number 2, is there to clear the ball. And now we're
deep in the Awliscombe half again.
Scott Holliday, on number 7, he's running up straight up the middle of the park in the attacking midfield.
Now, what I want to address here is one of the problems this pitch has in its location is that, as you can probably hear, we're under a flight path. Yes,
it's not ideal for you hearing us, and it's not ideal for us either, trying to speak over
a jumbo jet. Yes. Of course, heading to Exeter Airport if you're not familiar with the area.
There's Exeter Airport located only a couple of miles outside Ottery St Mary. That's what makes it such a great town to live in. The transport links, the
Cranbrook, the new village being built. Hopefully we can get some people tuning in from there.
Yeah.
Now we're out for a throw-in to Ottery, taken there by David Weeks. David Weeks, of course, is 35, central defender, and he's the physio that Oscar was talking about earlier in the match.
Yes, he's shifted his allegiances to Wales instead of working in the England setup. And Scott Halliday, who made that fantastic run down the centre, didn't actually come to anything, but he's a 28-year-old creative midfielder, and he has been playing in France, as our goalkeeper does well
Retrieves
there.
The ball straight up the left-hand side. It's number 14, Nick Searle there.
And Steve, do you think it's been a quality beginning to the game? We've been playing 15 minutes.
We've seen a lot of exchanges, lots of interruptions to the passes. It's been, possession is now, I would say, more at 60-40 as Awliscombe push back. And that looks rather painful, as I have to say, as David Weeks took a long punt there and it bounced off Awliscombe's number 10. You heard the thud probably through the microphone there.
Do remember that this is just a pre-recording of Ottery St Mary's pre-season fixture here at Washbrook Meadows on Saturday the 4th of August.
And the sun is shining over the pitch. Absolutely lovely.
It is really nice, and I just do hope that we don't get a downpour, as our studio will be, in for not very much a treat, but a bit of a shock, really. There's a pause in play, just waiting for a new ball.
One of the players I'd like to talk about is Dawes. He's 23 years old. He plays in midfield, defensive mid. He puts in a big challenge for Awliscombe today. He's a former player of Newton, where he won Division 5 last season with them. He's the tallest player in the team today, which is why I wanted to mention him, as he quite clearly stands out there at 6'4".
Oh, blimey.
He got sent off last week in his debut. Let's see what he does this week.
Being sent off in pre-season, that doesn't mean you miss the next game, surely, does it?
Now, the notes here, I do apologise to the listeners, I can't quite make out what that says, but it appears he was actually sent off due to injury, due to a knee replacement. He wouldn't leave the pitch, but he was ordered to leave on injury basis.
Ah, I see. There's a shot fired in from Awliscombe, who've really, improved since that opening 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
With all Ottery pressure, and now they're applying their pressures. It's back with our goalkeeper again. He might pass the ball out or punt it up. He opts for the punt.
And that's headed up to the midfield line and out for a throw-in. It's unclear whose that is. That's Ottery, who quickly take the throw down to David Weeks. Straight up front.
Goalless so far in this pre-season fixture. Sorry, Steve.
That's no. I'm just following the ball as it comes straight back. The action is really heating up, Oscar.
Now David Weeks will have to be. Oh, he's missed the ball. Weeks. It's the cross in the header. Oh
and
my!
It's over the net.
Just over the bar.
Fantastic.
And from that Awliscombe striker, it was another good opportunity, and they really are applying the pressure now.
Schofield lining up for goal kick.
And do remember that Awliscombe are in Division 6 of the Devon and Exeter League, and we, Ottery St Mary, play 3 divisions above them in Division 3. So, we are expecting something from this game, even though it's only pre-season. As Ottery St Mary warm up.
Awliscombe with the passes up there, Oscar. I have to say that I've got the feeling we're going to see a goal soon.
I do hope so, because Ottery do deserve something out of their start. Awliscombe have been applying the pressure after Ottery's good start after that 10 minutes, but at the moment it looks pretty even.
Out for a throw in there, sorry. The action is heating up as Weeks takes the throw in.
Yes, Weeks has been rather prominent for us on that right hand side so far.
Absolutely.
This ball's in the middle of the park and it's spread wide, and this is nice, number 14 on the left hand side.
That'll be Nick Sell crossing in, but Awliscombe defenders clearly don't want that in their area. And it's back down to Dawes.
Oh, that's a nice ball. On the left hand side.
Up to Priest.
And again, it's an Ottery St Mary throw level with the 6-yard box.
Now we've seen a lot of Ottery throw-ins today. You have to wonder if this is part of Awliscombe's tactics, just to punt the ball in any which direction.
Ottery haven't really done anything with their throw-ins as of yet. Well, I say that with one accord.
Yeah.
But it might well be something that Awliscombe have sat down and said, look, we just want to get rid of the ball. We don't want to play it out. We want to punt it out. And it's a corner, as David Weeks is our central defender. Our furthest man back is whipped in, and the goalkeeper punches out. And it's another throw-in for Ottery.
Will we see something from Nick Sell up front today? Left side player with a great left foot. I've been an Ottery player for a very long time. I'm sorry, he's not up front. He is in fact playing on the left wing.
Yeah, so I think he does get into those forward positions though when Ottery have the ball. He likes to get in and play alongside the strikers. So
James Hudson there, intercepting the ball, and that actually goes out for another Ottery throw-in.
I've been thinking, look at the colour of Awliscombe shorts. They look exactly the same colour as Ottery St Mary shorts. So thank goodness for the bright fluorescent yellow of the Awliscombe top separating the 2 sets of players.
And Lampard to Rooney.
We wish. It's not quite that quality, is it, Steve?
I bet you can't guess what has just happened here on the pitch. Another Ottery throw-in from David Weeks. He's going to be a very tired guy very shortly.
We've had our professional statistics manager calling in to say that is at least the 10th throw-in from Ottery St Mary as we reach the 20th minute in this game. So at least one every 2 minutes, which Yeah, it must be Awliscombe tactics. It can't just be fluke, because the ball's played in on the right-hand side, and it's number 7, the Awliscombe right
Harry Mills,
winger.
our defender there, intercepting the ball. He's 26, an energetic midfielder who doesn't mind putting in a challenge. Been playing for Ottery again for a long time.
That's Harry Mills, Steve was just telling you about, and in the meantime it's a free kick to Awliscombe United. Maybe 30 yards out?
Yep, action is heating up here.
Might be worth a shot. As the crowd gathers, meaning at least, I'd say, 14 people dotted around the pitch here at Washbrook Meadows.
Not related to Oscar, but Pearson, number 8, plays for Ottery.
He does indeed.
Attacking midfield, lots of energy. He's played for 8 years for the current manager. There's a baby on the way as well.
Oh, well, hats off to Pearson, who does actually have a rather fantastic surname.
And the manager before the match was describing him to me as bigger than Jesus, which I didn't quite understand, to be honest with you, Oscar, but let's see if he can prove it on the pitch as David Weeks punts it up the Awliscombe half, and that's out for another throw-in. As far as I can tell, that is now an Awliscombe throw-in. I think that's the second of the game.
Just the second throw-in for Awliscombe, compared to the 11, 12, 13 of Ottery St Mary, and bigger than Jesus.
Another one for Awliscombe.
Goodness me, bigger than Jesus. I think, let's hope he lives up to that.
As James Wales takes the ball for Ottery. Back to goal. Out to the left wing. To Nick Purcell again. Forward to Priest.
It's almost as we were when we kicked off the game just 4 or 5 minutes in, with Ottery applying the pressure and occasionally giving possession up to their opponents.
Of course, this commentary brought to you by Radio Ottery.
Yes, brand new community radio station in Ottery. This, of course, just the trial weekend, and if all goes well, then we'll have a brand spanking new station built right in the centre, in the heart of the town, as Ottery press forward.
You can hear the shouts from spectators there as we're closing in on the Awliscombe goal, but no, that's intercepted very well there by Awliscombe, who now have possession from the throw-in.
But they've given it away.
Wait a minute.
Given it away.
Scott Holliday intercepting the pass right in front of the Awliscombe goal.
Possession literally thrown away there.
Absolutely, yeah. Straight down to Weeks, who has a punt on goal, intercepted by Awliscombe defence, who now have possession in a very precarious position, but the punt sends it straight down the field towards the halfway line.
And that's maybe our 8th or 9th use of the word punt in this game, as it has
Absolutely.
been, really booting the ball up as family members gather here to watch.
Very good interception by Pearson there on the right flank, sending an Awliscombe player to the ground, but there was no foul play to be seen there.
And Awliscombe again punt the ball up, and that's a long ball through, and he is through on goal. And the shot, that is an absolutely fantastic tackle
Sent wide
to prevent the Awliscombe striker from putting Awliscombe 1 up away at Ottery, and it was number 4 James Hudson with the sensational slide there that kept Ottery in it at 0-0.
now. Awliscombe with the corner here. Number 10.
I think is it their first corner, Awliscombe United?
I would say yes. Actually, I can clarify that. Ottery substitutes warming up.
Already.
It's an interesting point just to note there. Now Pearson deflects the shot, and that goes wide, and Schofield intercepts, but he can't quite get hands on it. Luckily, we have a good clearance from Ottery's number 3.
As the ball is drilled in again, and Ottery getting their bodies in the way, Steve. We're doing well at defending.
And that goes wide. That is a fantastic clearance by Harry Mills. Straight out, in line with the halfway line, Awliscombe throw in. They're sending it straight this way.
And it's chipped in again, and number 6 there with the header away in the heart of defence for Ottery. Sean Deskin, there he is. We've looked really, really solid in defence, Steve.
That possession being traded in midfield here, as it's out for, I bet you can't guess, another throw-in.
And who's that?
It's very strange. It looks like an Awliscombe throw-in. It is indeed.
Throw. So what's the score in throws? It's about 14-7 to us. We're winning in that regard anyway.
Now manager Graham for Ottery sending a substitute to warm up. Fortunately, is at the far end of the pitch with an orange vest on, so I can't tell you who he's preparing there.
No, but
what the plans are.
it looks like because we're maybe 15, 20 minutes away from half time that this is the time when the substitutes warm up to come on at the interval. There's a
And Schofield
forward
intercepts a loose ball there in front of the Ottery goal.
as the wind picks up again, and again we're struggling here in our rather professional studio in our commentary box here at Washbrook Meadows.
And absolutely, it's worth noting that get in touch with Radio Ottery, send us your thoughts on everything to do with the station, because if it's a success, we could see a regular commentary booth here at Washbrook Meadows. A decent, fantastic whole season long coverage.
Yes, but wouldn't that be brilliant? We kick off on the 25th of August, which is today, as you listen in the 25th of August. Ottery St Mary are playing away at North Taunton. But don't forget, this is a pre-recording of Ottery St Mary's pre-season fixture at home to Awliscombe United. Now, Awliscombe, it's a village in East Devon. It's about 2 miles west of Honiton, and the 2001 census gave it a population of just 500 people. So they've done well to get a team of 11 players out.
And absolutely, yeah, we see a good chunk of that population here today, as possession is traded in the Awliscombe half, and that's out for an Awliscombe throw-in.
Goodness me, it is about 2% of the entire population of Awliscombe playing today, representing them at Ottery St Mary Football Club. That's great to see.
Of course, that was in, was that 2001?
That was 2001, Steve, yes, so I imagine it's quite a bit more than that now.
The new housing developments happening around East Devon, but more on that in some of our other programmes.
Yes.
As we concentrate on the football here.
And plenty of balls being kicked about, footballs being kicked about on the right-hand side of the pitch, just off the pitch, as players warm up to come on at half-time, which is around about 13, 14, 15 minutes away. As an Awliscombe throw-in, Steve, is taken on their right-hand side.
Another throw-in, and Awliscombe right in the goal area, and
oh wow, what a run, and a
Schofield deflects.
Fantastic save, wasn't it, Steve, by Schofield?
Straight up the right-hand side, deflected down to Pearson, who passes to midfield, back pass there, straight to Deskin, straight up to Mills in the middle, as possession returns to Ottery, back and forth in the middle. A fantastic effort there by Awliscombe.
Absolutely, and Awliscombe have had the 3 best chances of the game. That first one when they hit the post, the second one, that fantastic tackle, preventing them from going one up by James Hudson, and that one just there, a great save by Schofield in the Ottery St Mary goal. It's 0-0 as the drips start to fall.
There's a worrying indication from our perspective.
Yes, nice weather seems to be almost over, and hopefully we can survive until half-time so we can recamp.
Awliscombe with possession inside their own half. Ottery pass intercepted. Out for a throw.
Again, I'm going to get sick of that. Another throw-in. I don't think I've ever seen a match, professional or amateur, whatever, that's had this many throw-ins, and it's only the first half.
And it's Awliscombe taking the throw in their own half.
That's
Headed
lovely.
on.
That's lovely. They're
Awliscombe
playing it
with
out of
possession.
defence.
Nice flick there.
And the Devon and Exeter Division 6 team are really looking comfortable now as the referee blows his whistle for an Ottery St Mary free kick. Now Awliscombe, they play at Greenway Lane outside Honiton. We play at Washbrook Meadows, and that's where we are now, seeing Ottery St Mary host their opponents. As the Otters in blue are applying more pressure, and this looks good.
Ottery holding possession inside the Awliscombe half, closing in on goal, but the Awliscombe player number 16 there taking a tumble. It looks at the hands of, or feet should I say, of Mills, 17, and referee's whistle there, I believe, signalling a free kick.
A free kick to Awliscombe. It wasn't that lethal a challenge, was it? I mean, he didn't deserve a yellow card, and he didn't get a yellow card. We just play on.
Absolutely, I think it was just a case of the player in the wrong place at the wrong time, but the referee's decision is final, and the kick has been taken.
And Ottery have to rebuild again after that promising situation camped outside the Awliscombe goal, but now we're on the halfway line.
It's worth noting, if you want to get involved and go and see Ottery play, they are playing away today, in fact, at North Taunton.
As the ball is drilled in, and Ottery St Mary's best chance. The goalkeeper spilled it, and it is a penalty kick to Ottery St Mary.
Ah, here we go.
And I think our Our striker took a tumble there, and already, goodness me, who's that? Is it our number 7 has got the ball? It is.
Scott Holiday.
Scott Hallidays has got the ball. And
Creative midfielder. He is the passer of the team, as quoted by the manager, and has recently been out working and playing in France. A player that has coached youth teams as well.
And let's hope he can put Ottery St Mary 1 up here in the first major incident of the game, as he takes the spot kick against the Awliscombe United goalkeeper, Steve.
Here we go. And there's the whistle and the kick.
It's saved!
It's saved!
It's tipped onto the post. What a fantastic
Now, apologies
save.
for our pause in communication to you there.
You could cut that tension with a knife.
It was very tense as the ball rattled off the post. It seemed twice and then into the goalkeeper's hands, floating on the line there.
Yes, and the goalkeeper's made up for his error, which led to the penalty kick. And it's still Ottery St Mary 0, Awliscombe 0. And Steve was just saying that you can get involved with Ottery St Mary Football Club. They play at Washbrook Meadows in the heart of the town, so do come along down and watch Ottery play. But not today. Today they're playing away at North Taunton.
Of course, in 4 days' time, 29th of August, they're playing away at Ottery, and on the 8th of September, you can see them here, home to Thorverton, second team.
That would be an interesting game for the commentators, wouldn't it? Up Ottery against Ottery.
Scott Holiday took the low right from the penalty spot. The goalkeeper saw what he was doing, it rattled off the post and straight into his hands.
Yeah, the keeper read it well, didn't he?
Play has resumed. No goals to report yet, as passing seems to be in the possession of Ottery.
It's a good slide tackle, and then it goes out for another throw-in to Ottery St Mary, and we're 35 minutes into this game. We've got 10 or so minutes until half-time.
It's worth noting that I would say possession is now exchanged 50-50, rather than the 80-20 that it was to Ottery at the start of the game.
We did have that, 10 minutes of absolute dominance, but Awliscombe have settled down, and other than the penalty kick that they've given away, they've had some very, very good chances themselves.
It's worth noting that Ottery, 2 chances on goal. Awliscombe, 2 chances on goal, according to our statistics centre here.
And that statistics centre is, well, it consists of Steve and I scribbling frantically down as we make notes of all the major incidents in the game so far.
Now, deep inside Awliscombe half, Ottery with possession.
And the sun's beating down. It really is a lovely day to be outside watching a football game and supporting your local community, something that you can be doing in the future as well. As the ball's played in and Awliscombe defenders there, they get themselves in the way, and it's a throw-in to Ottery in a dangerous position.
And of course, if you just tuned in and perhaps football commentary isn't your thing, I know it's not everyone's thing, head over to the Radio Ottery website where the full schedule, all the various programmes throughout the weekend is there, and there's so many things to get involved with, isn't there, Oscar?
Absolutely. It's otteryradio.co.uk, and throughout this weekend of 25th of August and 26th, there's a huge variety of programmes and shows on offer.
It's another throw-in.
I've lost count as we see.
Do you think we need jingles? Jingles for throw-ins? Just hit the button.
Shall we?
That may be an idea going forward.
As we see yet more substitutes warming up, ready to come on at half-time.
Absolutely. And what Oscar was referring to there is the Awliscombe subs now warming up as well as the Ottery subs.
It looks like a good number of people are going to get a run out today, which is what pre-season is all about.
So just give everyone a chance to play some ball. Both managers there making changes later in the game, it looks like.
A good point to make here that Ottery are at 0-0, and that's because Awliscombe are tough opposition. As the ball's whipped in and it's headed away from the.
Again, that's the story of much of this match. Another chance on goal from Ottery, and it's just headed away again.
The reason I say Awliscombe are tough opposition is because they finished in 6th place. That's a good position last season in the Devon and Exeter Division 6, and their final match saw them beat Fennerton Seconds 4-2 with a hat-trick from Ben Gay.
Pearson with the throw-in into the Awliscombe area, and that's a shot on goal, but it goes just wide.
Ottery applying pressure again.
Awliscombe defence there is the reason that was wide. Making the sliding tackle, throwing off our number 8, Pearson.
Yes, can I just reiterate what a wonderful surname our number 8 has. And it's going to be another corner kick, I think our 4th of the game. and our third on this left-hand side.
Pearson, our attacking midfielder, there. As it says in the notes here, and that's a goal!
It's a goal, Steve! You were just saying Pearson's doing really well, and I think he was in there to touch it home, and what happened was the corner was taken. It was taken short. Our left-sided midfielder, it was the French trialist Seb, who ran in and had a punt at the goal, but in fact it was deflected off an Awliscombe defender, and it might go down as an own goal, Steve, and it whistled in past the goalkeeper to put Ottery 1-up. Did you see more of that than I did?
To be honest, I blinked and it went in.
That was that's the beauty of football, you know.
Awliscombe with a substitution,
Ooh,
exchanging 5 for 8 here.
yes,
And that's unfortunately we don't have the names of the Awliscombe players, but that is it looks like it's an exchange in left back as far as I can tell,
number 2's also coming on, Steve.
and an exchange in midfield.
Absolutely. So 2 changes, instant replies from going 1-0 down. Awliscombe United.
Now Awliscombe with possession. Confidence perhaps shaken by an Ottery goal.
And don't forget, this is just a pre-recording of Ottery St Mary's pre-season fixture against Awliscombe United, taking place on the 4th of August. As the ball played in, and number 10 for Ottery. He's in again with a chance, and he pulls it back. Oh, the touch letting us down. As we win another corner on that left-hand side. And hopefully,
This could be interesting. Absolutely.
we can grab another goal from this corner, just as the last time we took a set piece from this position, we scored.
Now, Awliscombe's final match of last season saw them beat Finneton Seconds 4-2 with a hat-trick. But it doesn't look like they're going to be able to recreate that magic today.
No, they haven't played amazingly well, have they, Awliscombe? They've had some chances, and it might be another one.
Excellent sliding tackle there from Ottery, dispossessing Awliscombe. Now, Awliscombe have regained possession, it's worth noting. Ottery again with the interruption.
Just there.
Pearson with the punt, I have to say punt again, straight up to midfield. It's a rough tackle from Awliscombe.
Here we go.
There.
Cries of time shouting out. We don't want to punt the ball up. We don't want to smash it up the field. And Pearson nutmegs the Awliscombe left-sided midfielder, number 5, who's just come on. And
That's out for a throw.
Awliscombe win a throw.
That was back and forth. Once again, much the story of this match seems to be Awliscombe to Ottery over and over, and then a throw-in.
Yes, it's ebbing and flowing, and the referee there just glancing at his watch, and we are 3 or 4 minutes away from half-time, with Ottery leading 1-0 at home.
Of course, get in touch with us and let us know your thoughts on Ottery FC. Do you know a member of the team? Are you a player? Are you just a football fan in general?
That's right, facebook.com/Radio Ottery and otteryradio.co.uk are
Get the
2
words
websites.
right.
There's shouts again, and Ottery really are.
Awliscombe booting it into Ottery's area. Headed away.
It's that
And back
handball.
in.
Cries for handball, surely there, but not
The referee
given.
says no.
We have already had a penalty in this game, missed by
And that's
our number 7, Scott Halliday.
interception. Puts it up for a throw to Ottery. And the ball is lofted clear. Unfortunately lofted to Awliscombe possession.
That's a
Cross
nice.
wide to Weeks.
It is a nice little ball there from our goalkeeper Schofield. Gets it to Weeks, and now we can build.
Weeks up to Holiday. Intercepted by Awliscombe, and it's back down into our half, and they really are clamping down now.
Awliscombe looking for this response, this equaliser before half-time. And number 2, he's been prominent in this game so far, and he plays a lovely ball. But Weeks is there again, and Weeks has been solid, Steve.
I would say we may be looking at Man of the Match award. If he keeps playing the way he is playing, he's playing a strong side today. Shouting and encouraging his players to push forward.
And forgive me for saying this, he doesn't look the fittest of players, does he, Steve?
Absolutely.
On the pitch today.
Yeah, but he works in physio, so I guess he knows
Well, there
his
you go.
cardio, he knows his pacing.
Actually, he knows exactly what's going on. And
Unfortunately, it's just not enough as Awliscombe have possession inside their own half. Almost gifted it away.
there's a lovely dink in. Here we go, Steve. The shot on goal. And
And Schofield with an excellent diving save there. Clutches the
number
ball to his
5, the
chest.
substitute, who had that effort on goal. It was a volley, and he's just come on, and he's been really
Awliscombe
good.
midfield there, yeah. Absolutely. Now it's deep inside their half, and it's out for, I bet you can't guess.
Don't
Another
say
throw-in.
it. Don't say it. You did. You said it. And Awliscombe just
Quickly taken. Booted back into the Awliscombe area. Awliscombe in possession. Back and forth between defence.
yeah, they're playing it around nicely, and as long as they don't lose possession here, you know, their confidence might build. And don't forget, it was a rather delicious save from the Awliscombe goalkeeper that prevented Awliscombe from going 1-0 down, but he certainly couldn't stop that that deflected effort around about the half-hour mark, as Ottery did go 1-0 up, and that's where we are at the moment.
Now, Awliscombe deep in. Ooh.
Yes, ooh says it all, really. That's all you need to know. It's just, it was another opportunity, but
Absolutely. Awliscombe with a cross to a player who seemed to be right next to Schofield, Ottery's goalkeeper, but the ball was put straight out for an Awliscombe corner, and we could be seeing an equaliser here.
they have been dangerous from set pieces so far in the game. Awliscombe has just lofted in just over everybody.
Action right in front of us here, as Awliscombe have possession
On the left-hand side, and
in
Ottery do
Ottery's
well.
area. Ottery's interception.
It was
Saving
again
us.
number two Weeks.
Again, David Weeks,
He's been absolutely superb, Steve.
central defender and former physio, as we said earlier. And he's been playing for Ottery for 5 years. And one of the only 2 players that were playing at the club last season.
Oh, really? Blimey, we have had a huge sort of change around in personnel here
Absolutely,
because
yes.
of the financial turmoil that Ottery St Mary unfortunately entered last year. And it's a free kick, Steve.
And the referee's whistle says it all. As it appears we have an Ottery player injured. Ottery's manager Graham calling for a substitution here. I can't quite see who that is there, Oscar. Substitution.
For Ottery St Mary's
Jones is coming on.
left back, he's going. We hear the cries from Graham Varley.
Good. 10 coming off there, Matt Priest.
Now we need a left back in this situation as we defend yet another Awliscombe set piece. And we're moments before half time, and Ottery are holding on in this pre-season fixture against Awliscombe United at 1-0.
And there's the free kick by Awliscombe.
Oh, just whistled over the bar.
Inches over the bar there.
It was a good effort, Steve, wasn't it?
Absolutely. That is the kind of thing they want to keep up.
We don't want to see Awliscombe applying that much
if
pressure. in the
Awliscombe
second
want
half.
to get a goal, that's what they need to do. But Ottery, they need to be aware. They need to stop gifting possession, stop gifting the free kicks, and more importantly, we need to keep the number of throw-ins down if you want to push forward. Because Awliscombe are starting to realise what's going on and take advantage here, as the ball is lofted up by Schofield, straight to midfield, and headed no less than 3 times there.
Yeah, head tennis we're playing. And we've got to be careful here as Ottery do manage to clear the ball, and we're just waiting for half time, and the Brazilian referee, you know, he doesn't look like blowing his whistle. Oh, he's looking at his watch, looking at both watches in fact, Steve, and no doubt we'll see it soon as Graham Varley, the Ottery St Mary manager, makes his first appearance on the pitch, giving the ball back to
Weeks there.
Weeks, who's
with
going
the
to take
throw-in.
our throw, who I would say is our first half man of the match.
I would say so, yes.
Don't
Price of switch off
don't
there.
switch off. Well, I should hope
Half-time
not.
moments away. Keep up the energy. Keep up the possession as Mills pushes forward with the kick, but easily intercepted by Awliscombe's goalkeeper there as the ball runs loose. And I think our left back, the French player Seb, is the injured. It looks like his left foot was trapped in a tackle as he hobbles off the pitch in favour of Matt Jones earlier on in the match.
That's not good for us, is it? We don't want any injuries, Steve.
And that's the half-time whistle. Absolutely, it's not good for him as well. I might just add here, because Seb, our French player, is a trialist. Now, David Weeks, I would say, is the first half man of the match here.
Yes, as
Ottery lead.
the players head off the pitch, Awliscombe in yellow, Ottery in blue. And join us again for the second half. It's Ottery St Mary 1, Awliscombe United 0 after numerous missed efforts and a missed penalty as well from Ottery St Mary, but we are leading.
See you after the break. Okay, now you join us as the second half is about to commence here at Washbrook Meadows between Ottery and Awliscombe. Of course, the teams switching sides.
Yes, we are just behind the Awliscombe United goal, and it's good that the crowd all around us are from Ottery St Mary and are supporting the Otters, because otherwise we'd feel a little overwhelmed and intimidated here, but that's not the case.
Now, it is worth noting that our first half man of the match, David Weeks, has in fact been substituted at half time. Appears he was suffering some sort of ankle injury as well, as he limped past me. So he's been substituted in favour of number 14. Just clarifying that as the teams position themselves ready for kick-off, the referee sets his watch.
I wonder if, being Brazilian, the referee was ever a good footballer. You know, practice on the beach, as they say.
Absolutely, yeah. He's an old chap now, isn't he? So he's seen a few matches in his time, and there's the whistle.
So it's Ottery St Mary 1, Awliscombe United 0, and Ottery in blue kicking from right to left in this pre-season fixture at Washbrook Meadows. Remember, today, the day you're listening into this, the 25th of August 2012, we are actually playing, Ottery St Mary are playing away at
North Taunton.
North Taunton. So this is a pre-recording from the 4th of August, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined, as I was in the first half, by Steve Mingo. And Steve, are you looking forward to the season ahead?
Absolutely. We've got some fantastic, a great mix of players here from all age groups. It just proves that anyone can get involved. And in the background there, Oscar, you can hear David Weeks shouting encouragement to his team members as he hobbles past with an ice pack.
He does. He's got an ice pack there. He's going to use for his ankle.
It's in the Awliscombe box with the defender, and yep, not troubling them at all there.
And can I just say that the crowd has really accumulated, and yes, it's only pre-season, but goodness me, how many people have we got here now, Steve? We've got a lot more than when we first started.
That's it, and I love the support for even sports at such a level. You know, transform your pitch, grassroots, that kind of thing. Just, you know, get involved. Sport is just fantastic pastime, especially football, especially matches like this.
Well, it's an exquisite through ball from our tall midfielder there, and it's
Awliscombe, I have to say it again, punting it away as it goes out for a throw-in. You could just repeat that clip over and over.
If we repeat punts, throw-ins, you know,
and then the team names, yeah.
We could have an automated commentary, but
no,
we can't do that. We won't do that, as there's an extra ball on the pitch and it belongs to a 1-year-old girl.
Bless. Now, this commentary is brought to you by Radio Ottery, brand spanking new station launching, and now, this weekend, trial broadcast. And the world famous town of Ottery St Mary, of course, the home birthplace of Sam Taylor Coleridge.
And the home of the Tarbowers. You know, we get people from Europe, from Australia, coming over to witness that November the 5th event.
Absolutely. And we have a French player for Ottery. I believe they're a Brazilian referee, and who knows what else going on here.
Well, we've got, you know, that's what it's all about, international. And at the moment, as we commentate on this, the Olympic Games are still going on, and we've got numerous countries represented.
Absolutely.
In London.
Paralympic Games, fantastic sport, very inspiring.
And numerous countries represented here on the pitch in Ottery.
Now, possession with Awliscombe deep inside Ottery's half. It's contested in the corner, a sliding tackle gone wrong, and that, I believe, has gifted Awliscombe a corner. That was a big mistake there.
Yes, it wasn't. You know, it wasn't a fantastic piece of defending by James Wales, but I think we can recover from this. This is the corner where Ottery scored from.
Of course, directly opposite us, across the whole pitch. Awliscombe preparing for the kick. There it is. And
it's drilled in. Oh,
it's gone wide, deflected by a defender, and out for the throw-in.
Of course, Ottery scored their goal from a deflected effort in this left-hand corner of the pitch, far left-hand corner.
Possession to Ottery. Forward pass to Priest. Intercepted by Awliscombe. Lofted forward to the midfield line as Ottery intercept the pass.
Now, who's this chasing down the ball for Ottery? He's absolutely massive in his yellow boots. Number 12.
It's a substitute that's replaced Weeks at half-time, And that was a bit of a rough tackle, if I must say, by number 12.
The referee clearly indicated no penalty with waving his arms about and running away. Absolutely not, he says.
As one of our Ottery players took a bit of a skid into the penalty area, but the ball was quickly lofted upfield, and now Ottery are taking a throw-in deep inside their own half.
Yes, and I'm very grateful, actually, for the weather being kind to us, Steve. It really has made it a much more enjoyable occasion. And
it's fantastic.
Ottery St Mary lead their Awliscombe opponents 1-0.
Awliscombe throw-in.
Now, our players have been competing with such energy, and as I was saying in the first half, yes, it's only pre-season, but they've given it their all. And Graham Farley, the Ottery St Mary manager, he's giving it everything, shouting to his players, giving them commands, and that's what it's all about: preparing for the season ahead, but also having a good time while playing your sport.
That's absolutely.
And don't forget, you're listening to Ottery St Mary's pre-season fixture with Awliscombe United, taking place on August the 4th. You can get involved with all things Ottery on our website, otteryradio.co.uk, and facebook.com/Radio Ottery.
Ottery very much enjoying their football, as they have competed, as you said at the start of the game, Oscar, in a number of FA competitions. 6 campaigns in the FA Cup were highlighted by a run to the second qualifying round in 1987.
The second qualifying round of the FA Cup is an extraordinarily good achievement for a team of this stature and status, if you like. That must have been a really good campaign.
Absolutely, and one can only think that they hope to one day rekindle that fire. With the changes that have happened this year, as you said, financial turmoil, there's only 2 players that played last season playing today. Now we have a substitution here for Awliscombe in midfield as they pause for the throw-in, taken by 15. Awliscombe with possession, cross to midfield, inside their own half, and lofted away by the goalkeeper.
Yes, and Ottery, we're currently this season competing in the 15th tier of English football, Steve. We were last season competing in the 11th. That was the South West Peninsula League. We finished 17th in the Division 1 East, but 11th tier of English football, that's good, isn't it, to come along and support your local club? And now we may have dropped down to the 15th tier in Division 3 of the Devon and Exeter Football League, but still, we can make that ground back, don't you think?
Absolutely. I mean, we only dropped down, I believe, it was due to financial reasons.
It was. We had to pull out of that league. It was too expensive.
Happens to the best of them. Happened to Southampton not too long ago.
Happened to Portsmouth Football Club, and that seems there's something about it on the south coast. Portsmouth, Southampton, Ottery, all of these southern teams, facing what isn't a nice time, but Ottery look good. Ottery
we have a free kick here to Awliscombe from roughly just past the midfield line in Ottery's half, taken deep into the penalty area.
Cross. It was almost floated in, wasn't it?
I believe it's out there. No, I am mistaken. The ball is still in play, just on the line. So it's booted up towards us.
And Awliscombe are applying pressure, looking for that equaliser that will see them bring the game back to 1-1 if they were to get it. But this is always the chance that Ottery are looking for.
Now that was a risk there by the Awliscombe goalkeeper, who headed well out of his area to help clear the ball. And you have to wonder, if the ball slipped past him there, that could have been disastrous.
Well, it would have been 2-0 in a pre-season friendly, wouldn't it, Stephen? But he did well, he made it.
Awliscombe have significantly gained possession. I would say it's more of a 70-30 Awliscombe thing now. And I have to say, I do wonder if that's got something to do with David Weeks being substituted at half-time, a fantastic player, but unfortunately, injury.
As the crowd goes, really
Ottery
wild.
In the Awliscombe
we have a
area.
really big chance now. It's pulled back with the goalkeeper.
And he slides in on the ball in the area as it runs loose. That was a good opportunity, but I don't think Awliscombe were too worried, because they had plenty of defenders in the area.
And that thud you hear was the Awliscombe goalkeeper really booting that ball up high, and it drops down in the centre circle, and Ottery try and get their foot on the ball with our number 11.
James Wales, very young player.
Yes, and that's good, mixing experience
Absolutely.
with
we've
the youngsters.
We've got a 16-year-old playing, he's one of the youngest in the team. We've got Andy Wurton, is centre forward. He's 30 years old. He just come out of retirement to join up with the squad for this season, after taking a season out last year. So anyone can get involved.
And here we go, here's a massive chance. Go yourself, Christ, and the shot is in! Fantastic goal. Fantastic goal from our number 8. And
that's Ryan Pearson there, proving, as we said, the energy with these two forwards is really there, as Ottery now lead 2-0.
Well, it was a breathtaking, electrifying run, wasn't it? I mean, it was a remarkable finish, but he made the goal himself, he finished it himself, and Ryan Pearson there deservedly taking all the credit for that second Ottery goal.
And you have to be happy, Oscar, because of the last name resemblance to yourself.
Well, as I've said throughout today's commentary, Ryan has a rather fantastic surname, which I'm honoured, Steve, to share with you.
Okay, and we have a substitution for Ottery here, as Adam Harris comes on, as does Andy Warden-Clark, 30-year-old I mentioned earlier.
Yes, Warden-Clark. Now, this is an interesting player, and somebody who would like to see more of. Matt Priest, he's replacing it.
Yes, as we were talking about, Andy Warden-Clark, centre forward, the older player, more experienced. Let's see if that experience will pay off, as Ottery have possession deep inside Awliscombe's half.
Here we go again with our ginger number 9, using.
That'll be Adam Harris, young player there, and
his
easily
hair
intercepted once again by Awliscombe's goalkeeper.
Well, interceptions, they've done well at that, Awliscombe, but when it actually really matters right at the death, they haven't, blocked out Ottery's shots, and
absolutely, yeah.
They've conceded 2 goals here, which makes Ottery 2. Awliscombe 0, and it's what we would have expected at the start of the game, Steve, with Ottery playing 3 divisions higher than today's opponents.
Now the action slowing down, comparable to the goal action earlier, as the ball is sent upfield, deep into Ottery's half, but Ottery do have possession, so it's not really troubling anyone there.
Now, we say when it's 2-0 that the next goal is absolutely vital. If Awliscombe were to get it, they'll be right back in this game, won't they?
Absolutely. Whereas if Ottery score another one, you have to think that the confidence will be shaken to the ground of the Awliscombe players, and they may even just give up. But
and that's come in as a good defensive, sort of solid clearance behind the goal for a corner kick.
Ottery's shot flying a good few feet over the Awliscombe goal there.
And we're only a couple of metres away here in our commentary position from our number 8, who is preparing to take this corner kick for Ottery. It's whipped in, and the header is from the Awliscombe defender number 15, and it's still not away, Steve, as Ottery are applying the pressure.
The play now back into midfield. Ottery regaining some possession, 50-50 split once again in possession.
Now, I do apologise if you can hear the breeze in our commentary. It is quite a breeze day, but
it's a lovely day. Yeah.
Lucky with the warmth as well. Now, since Ottery left the Southern West League, it was a new Devon County League that they joined after that, and Ottery's best placing of 4th came in 2006. So
absolutely.
If we can meet those standards this season and finish in the top 5 or 6, that will be a rather good campaign. But you think Graham will look back on that and think, hang on a minute, we did really well.
You have to wonder if what is running through that chap's mind, the Ottery manager, as the ball is deep inside Awliscombe's half.
Well, there he is on the far side of the pitch, gazing down at his players who he's mentored and coached this pre-season.
You can almost hear him screaming at the squad, instructions and encouragement as Ottery gain possession inside their area. Schofield throwing a long ball.
Well, Graham Varley barking these commands at his players. It's what you want to hear if you're in the blue strip of Ottery St Mary. It's what you want to be the subject of. Encouragement, enthusiasm. It really spurs you on. There's a pass back there from the Ottery player, and it's a free kick inside the box that Awliscombe want to now take. It's all kicking off, isn't it?
The referee frantically blowing his whistle there to assert his authority and clarify the decision.
And it was the correct one, because it was passed back, and the Ottery St Mary goalkeeper, Schofield, he picked it up, thus gifting Awliscombe this chance to pull one back.
Lining up for the free kick here.
Now, don't forget, the wall has to be 10 yards back, which they can't go back further than the goal line, so they're going to have to be right on the goal line. I remember It took place in the 2009-10 Premier League season between Portsmouth and Liverpool. Something like this happened, and Liverpool scored from it at Fratton Park, and I do hope Awliscombe don't.
In Washbrook Meadows, absolutely.
Yes.
Now, the referee telling the Ottery players back off a bit, because they are pushing their luck a little bit, you have to say.
Well, it's nerve-wracking. Graham Varley, the Ottery manager, has gone away and sat down, and he doesn't want to...
Chewing his nails to the wick here.
Well, he doesn't want to witness this, does he? Hopefully, we'll stand up and we'll maintain our 2-goal lead.
And the kick.
Don't forget, I think it's indirect, Steve. I think it's indirect, so they have to touch it before they shoot, if they want to do that.
I believe that was a false whistle there.
Yeah, it's almost a false start, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he went to take the kick, but before...
There it is. There
it is.
He's ballooned it over the bar.
Absolutely miles away. But what just happened there, just clarified the referee's initial whistle, was the Awliscombe player ran forward to take the kick. Before he touched the ball, the Ottery players were already on him. So everybody stopped as the referee said, hang on a minute, wait for the touch. The touch happened. It was a pass to another Awliscombe player and sent sky high.
Yeah, ballooned over the bar, Steve, and Ottery maintained their 2-goal advantage here at Washbrook Meadows.
It's been thoroughly enjoyable so far as Ottery retain possession.
And if we can get that third, it won't make it a victory. It'll make it a comprehensive thrashing, won't it, of our neighbours just 2 miles east of Honiton.
And Ottery playing with such energy now, pushing forward into the last third of the game.
Now our strong and athletic, almost heavy-duty number 12 gets the ball here and it's just booted away from Awliscombe, and they really don't want to concede this third goal, which would kill off the game as the shot's coming off the bar
off the top of the bar,
35 yards, and that was one of the best efforts we've seen, Steve.
Got to hand it to him. The goalkeeper totally wasn't ready for that. Unfortunately, it bounced off the bar. Changed Ottery to Awliscombe nil at Washbrook Meadows. Of course, this game brought to you by Radio Ottery, Steve Ming on commentary, with Oscar Pearson here.
Well, it's been absolutely delightful, hasn't it? It's been really good. What a lovely day. Witnessing your local community team as the ball from the corner kick just wide into the goal, giving it a goal kick to Awliscombe United, and they need to up the pressure now, Steve, if they're going to get back into this game. It's a goal kick. It's punted down the field, and what perhaps I would have liked to have seen more of is Swansea and Barcelona type playing. Get the ball down and pass it. Why not give it a go in pre-season fixture? You've got nothing to lose. See how skillful and energetic your players are.
We're feeling overcast clouds here. The sun's gone in, which will benefit these players as they start to get rather hot, rather exhausted as the match goes on.
Definitely, and Steve, I've just been reading through some of my half-time notes, and I've been reading Ottery St Mary Football Club's honours, and hopefully we can add to our titles of the Throgmorton Cup and the Western League Division 1 and the Axminster Hospital Cup. We've won all of these competitions, and we want to win more, don't we? And this season, with the right manager at the helm, and some really well-minded players and enthusiastic players, we could really push on and do something special.
Awliscombe throw in as we see another substitution here from Awliscombe. Getting desperate as the match goes on.
Plenty of subs, giving people a runabout.
Well, who thought football at this level could be so intriguing and meaningful? I certainly didn't. And even though it's pre-season, players and staff are really putting in the effort here. Continuing to enjoy it as they do. To be honest, it's really inspiring to see people trying as they do, but I must trail off here as action is taken deep into the Ottery half, but Awliscombe are dispossessed as Ottery regain.
And it's a long ball over the top, Steve. Here we go. We've got a chance here. But again, the Awliscombe defence they do their job. They do their job and get it away. And is it out for a throw?
Flank.
Not quite, thank goodness. Oh, has it? No. Yes, it has.
There we go. We were waiting for the throw-in there.
Just waiting for the throw-in. And the 26th throw, something like that, Steve, it must be, of the afternoon.
Incredible amount of throw-ins. It really is.
And don't forget, this is a pre-recording taking place on the 4th of August 2012 of Ottery St Mary's home pre-season fixture against Awliscombe United. And if you're listening in on the 25th when this is aired, Saturday the 25th of August, Ottery aren't playing at home, they're not playing at Washbrook Meadows, they are playing away at North Taunton in their first competitive fixture in the Devon and Exeter League Division 3. Sorry, Steve.
What you just heard there was spectators showing encouragement to the Ottery players. In fact, that was a rough tackle. It was a rough tackle by Ottery on Awliscombe.
If we are going to see a card, Steve, it would have come there. So I don't think the Brazilian referee is... You know, I don't think he wants to show any cards.
He's given the Awliscombe player a talking to there. Yeah. That was... it was very rough.
There's no need for that, is there? There's no need for that in a pre-season.
And what the spectators were shouting, encouragement. In fact, I think it would be a wise tactic for Ottery to hold possession and keep that lead. Don't gift it away. Don't be stupid. But Awliscombe punt the ball up to the midfield line. I had to get that word in one more time, Oscar.
If you say that again, Steve, I'm leaving. There we are on the right flank. Ottery St Mary in blue. Our second half performance has been good because we've got that goal early on, and we're about 20 minutes in to this second period, and we look promising, we look settled. You know, we look like we're going to win this game, don't we, Steve?
That is the indication as the ball goes out there in the Awliscombe. Sports commentary brought to you by Radio Ottery.
Yeah, it's online at otteryradio.co.uk and facebook.com/radio Ottery. Get in touch over the weekend. This is just a trial, but the more people who contribute, the better. It's whipped in on number 12 there with the header goalwards, and it just was a bit weak.
It was really a lacklustre effort there.
Well, it's rather in contrast to the actual player himself, who's
very energetic. Ooh, now decision made here by the Brazilian ref.
Number 9, Adam Harris, winning the free kick, and it will be the massive number 12 to boot this ball in. And if he whips it in, we get a touch and 3-0. We can go home. Game over.
And the free kick was, of course, as a result of a rather questionable challenge by one of the Awliscombe defenders, panicking as Ottery stormed down the side of the pitch. And the free kick is just being lined up here. Both managers pacing up and down.
Now it is our massive number 12.
Kick taken.
In. Punched
away by the defender.
And cleared off the line from the Awliscombe number 14. I think it might have been just dropping wide, though, Steve.
I should just clarify, I meant to say punched away by the goalkeeper, because otherwise that would have been handball.
Exactly. And the goalkeeper again there. And he's played well. He's played very well this match, the Awliscombe goalkeeper. Saved that penalty, of course.
Now,
2-0 to Ottery. We're about just over halfway through this second period, and it's been a solid performance. Ottery in blue, Awliscombe in yellow, and the crowd are gathering and having an excellent day out.
Absolutely, and that's all you can ask for. People enjoying themselves. Now,
that's a lofted ball into the box.
In their own area.
Away, and we've got to be careful not to lose the ball here.
On the
Ottery
defence. Passed up to Pearson. 1-2 to Harris.
The Otters, of course, founded in 1911, so we've been going for 101 years, Steve. 101 years.
Closing in on the Awliscombe goal here.
Offside, but it was an delicate chip anyway. It didn't go in over the bar, but
that was a clear offside there. Good effort.
That's what we want to see more of, though, isn't it? We want to see more of Ottery pressing. We want to see at least another goal, because our opponents are 3 divisions below us.
A goal for each division.
Exactly.
Above them there, yeah. Well, currently Ottery leading 2-0. Fantastic. Plenty of chances by both sides. Possession hovering around 50% each. Too many throw-ins, but that's just the nature of today's game.
And too many punts as well. We might see another one there. We did see another one. Punted up the pitch.
One left low passing.
There's a nice putt. This is nice. One-touch football results in the long ball forward, and the goalkeeper just comes and claims that.
Schofield for Ottery, catching the ball out of the air. He's not having any of that.
Dan Schofield has played well today. He hasn't conceded a goal. He's been there when needed. And
I have to say, this late in the game, it's interesting to note that an Awliscombe sub is warming up.
Perhaps one last push for that, to halve their disadvantage. And if they do get one now, then they will be in with a chance of rescuing a draw.
Awliscombe with possession, just outside their own area. The pass intercepted again by Ottery.
And this is lovely. It's number 12, our
He's a very, very good player. And he's down, he's down.
And again, the
The
Brazilian referee
says no.
perhaps that could be to our advantage, though, as we plough through, but Awliscombe again managed to see the ball out of play and defend.
And it's been a fantastic summer for sport, of course, in this country. Paralympics happening right now.
Absolutely.
The Olympics earlier this August, they were amazing, truly amazing.
Great Britain performed very well as well, I'd like to say. You know, we've done particularly well because, you know, we've hosted it, you know, given a home to so many countries this summer.
Sorry to interrupt you, Oscar, but our fantastic player, our man of the match, I say, for the second half, number 12, taken down by a rough Awliscombe tackle.
The referee has indicated that
There's a substitution
will take place.
That's the one we saw warming up there. Very young player. Of course, spectators of all ages around here today.
All ages, and that's what we want, isn't it? And just
And
a couple
Steve's
of years
head
old.
hits the desk. And what do you think about this, Oscar? I mean, we'll get the listeners' opinion as well, but commentary from the heart of the spectators. You can hear every shout, every disappointed cry.
If the trial weekend goes really well, then of course you can get involved and commentate on your local football team.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Radio Ottery.
We encourage anyone to get involved. It's good fun, it really is. Now, possession in midfield again.
It's good fun, says Steve, as he opens a bottle of champagne that's kindly provided in our lovely commentary box of new glass, and just, I might take a dip in our swimming pool just a little later on.
Now, Awliscombe defence with possession
Yeah,
here.
it's back to reality, as it's given away.
It's been thoroughly enjoyable so far.
So we've got about 15 minutes left of this second half, and Ottery St Mary are 2-0 up to their opponents, and it's the 4th of August 2012, and you're listening to a pre-recording of Ottery against Awliscombe. Just our opponents are 2 miles, based 2 miles west of Honiton, but here we welcome them to Washbrook Meadows.
Linesman with the flag there.
We've got
That will be another throw.
We've got the second team warming up because they're going to be playing straight after this game, using the same pitch, and they're warming up on the side of the pitch. They don't have the luxury of warming up on the pitch as the Ottery first did, and it's proved successful so far. We've got the ball down, we've played well, and Awliscombe, despite being in possession now, you know, they're not doing anything with the ball. As the referee's whistle, blowing for a free kick to Ottery St Mary, just inside their own half.
It's a great day for it.
Absolutely, and as you say that, Steve, we've got a huge
into the
chance.
Awliscombe area. Ooh,
It's a great defensive
bit of a tumble
tackle.
taken there. Great defending.
Really good defending from the Awliscombe number 7, and it's players like that, you know, we need Ottery St Mary scout. We do, yes, they're three divisions below us, but we need scouting coming in and saying it's players like that that we need.
Adam Harris in the centre there, positioning himself nicely for the cross. Will it
Here
pay
is
off?
the drilled-in cross,
Absolutely
and
not,
it's
as Awliscombe heads the ball away.
Will it pay off? No, it doesn't. And
Ooh, and the ball goes wide on the rebound by Ottery. As Awliscombe look to take the goal kick. That was very close to being 3-0 there, Oscar. Very close indeed.
Well, it was mouth-watering effort from the Ottery midfielder, but it didn't pay off. But that's what we need to do. You know, we need to time waste almost. I don't really want to encourage it, but
Absolutely, and players of football manager games across the world will be familiar with that particular tactic. Ottery, in a sense, need to move their time-wasting bar up slightly.
and that's exactly
keep
what we're
the
doing,
lead.
Steve. We are pressing forward, but we're keeping the ball. Well, I say that we've just given it away, but we're not punting the ball.
Now, possession in midfield to Awliscombe. Lampard to Rooney.
Here we go again.
Ottery intercepted. Gifted possession to Awliscombe, who again loft the ball upfield. Unwisely, if I do say so myself, because they've gifted possession right back to Ottery.
It's a lovely chip, but Awliscombe managed to clear the ball, and it's out for an Ottery St Mary throw-in as with 33 minutes into this second half. Our number 5, our Ottery St Mary number 5, and the Horton Dart just poking the ball through, prodding it through, but the
Very
goalkeeper's
experienced.
there.
Very
He is
experienced
an
player.
experienced individual, and that's what we need. A mix of
All
age
eyes.
experience.
All eyes here on the pitch. We're surrounded by Spectators thoroughly enjoying a fantastic local game. As we bring you commentary from the sidelines at Washbrook Meadows. Just outside the main town centre, of course.
Ottery St Mary 2, Awliscombe United 0. And if we were to get a third, we're going to have to get one in the next 10 minutes.
That was a strong challenge there, as Adam Harris made a run towards the Awliscombe goalkeeper, forcing him to loft it.
That's right, Stephen. Harris has been, prominent in our commentary so far.
He has, and he, again, with possession, heads the ball in, Awliscombe defence clearing, and it's over the bar on the rebound from Ottery. Spectators willing their team on, as I'm sure you are, sat there at home or wherever you may be, on your mobile.
Ryan Pearson, of course, the scorer of our second absolute scorcher, he made that most recent effort from Ottery St Mary, just dinked it in to the box, and the header was wide. But it looks promising for Ottery. I really have to say that it's been a good all-round performance as we approach the 80-minute mark in this match.
Again, head tennis. That's 5, 6. No, it's on the foot. 5 heads in a row.
Shouts of handball from Ottery, and it's really
agrees.
It's getting almost spicy out there, isn't it? I mean, goodness me, it's only pre-season, but everyone's putting such effort and enthusiasm in that it's really been superb.
Ottery with the free kick, approximately, I'd say a good 10 to 15 feet outside of the Awliscombe box. And it goes straight in and straight past the goalkeeper.
Straight in, straight out. Goal kick.
No problem there, not troubling anyone.
And encouragement from the sidelines means that every spectator here wants to see at least one more goal from Ottery as Awliscombe push on. It's then right back
Pushing
number 15.
The right flank here.
What did he do there, Steve? He punted it up.
He did. Into the area in the hope of scoring a decent cross, but it was not to be. Awliscombe now holding possession outside the Ottery area. What's this commentary brought to you by Stephen Eo and Oscar Pearson on behalf of Radio Ottery. This is our trial weekend, as I'm sure you'll find out all about very shortly.
Facebook.com/Radio Ottery, as cries from the spectators at the referee as he's awarded Awliscombe United a free kick in their quest to bring back this 2-goal disadvantage.
And we do encourage listeners to get involved and let us know what they think of Radio Ottery. Is it, do you think it's a good idea? Do you want to get involved? We absolutely encourage everyone to get involved. Send us a letter, send us a Facebook post, whatever it may be. It's open to all ages, isn't it, Oscar?
Absolutely. We've got some Ottery primary school pupils contributing over this weekend. We've got some retired residents. We've got absolutely everyone.
And the referee blows his whistle for an offside decision.
And I'm sure you can hear the spectators in the audience in the background. And I think it really does mean something. If you're a player and you're representing Ottery in the blue kit, you want to hear enthusiasm, don't you? You want to hear encouragement.
I mean, look at the difference it made. Even in the Olympics earlier this year, the noise of the crowd pushing people to gold medals. Support is everything in these kind of games.
And home advantage, even though it's just pre-season, it really does, give Ottery this sort of springboard to go off. And
Awliscombe are managed by Martin Wilmington, whereas Ottery managed by
Graham Varley. Yes, Steve. It's both men are experienced and have qualifications to their name in the footballing field. And talking of the FA trophies Ottery have competed in earlier, we didn't mention the FA Vase, and Ottery's best has come in the 3rd round, which is absolutely superb.
Now Ottery possession deep inside Awliscombe.
Oh, he's gone for goal! What a goal!
It's in. Fantastic shot from well outside the area.
It's on the right wing. On the right wing. Did he mean it? Did he mean that? It's our number 8 with the red boots. And he.
And that's Ottery 3, Awliscombe 0. And you have to think, maybe that's it for Awliscombe.
Could he do that again if he tried, Steve?
I don't think he could. That was the right place at
Put
the
it how
right
it
time.
is.
That was a very, I think that was an incredible goal.
Absolutely fantastic, and Awliscombe looking for a consolation now, and it will only be a consolation because with 6 or 7 minutes to go, there's no way Awliscombe can get back into this pre-season fixture.
I would be very surprised.
So it's 1 goal in the first half, 2 in the second, but of course it was that missed penalty for Ottery St Mary in the first half, and it was taken by
Scott's Holiday.
But of course he's performed well, as have other Ottery players today, and
we've seen 2 injuries as well. Both sustained to the ankle. First one was Seb, their French left mid trialist, and David Weeks, man of the match for the first half, unfortunately sustained an aggravating ankle injury, which forced him to be substituted at half-time. In the background, that is not the Royal Air Force marching, that's in fact the second team preparing for the match after this.
Exactly, yes. And there's another ball through, and here we go again for a chance for a fourth. He's dragged it too wide and he pulls it back, and it's just a corner kick. It's deflected off the Awliscombe defenders, and the crowd really behind Ottery now with just 5 or 10 minutes to go.
It's been very enjoyable, and you can really sense that in the atmosphere.
And do remember, for the last time, I'll say that this isn't live. This is a pre-recording from the 4th of August 2012 when Ottery hosted their opponents Awliscombe United, and it's 3-0 at the moment. And today, the 25th of August, the day that you're listening into this, Ottery St Mary are playing their first competitive fixture in the Devon and Exeter League Division 3 away at North Taunton.
Of course, our sports pundit couldn't make it today, but you'll be hearing more from him.
Yes.
Radio Ottery progresses and grows.
Martin Morgan, our local Olympic torchbearer, will be hosting a sports show for you over the course of this weekend.
Now, it's an Ottery corner.
The red boots of the Ottery St Mary winger takes in number 6.
Over the bar. That was very close to 4-0 there.
Sean Deskin there with the chance to head in and make it 4. Would that have been a bit harsh? Would 4-0 be a bit harsh on Awliscombe?
Absolutely not. Considering their positions in the divisions, you've got to. It makes sense. Ottery needed this win today. A loss would have been devastating.
Well, even though it's only pre-season, we wouldn't have liked to see Ottery lose here, and that hasn't thankfully happened. It's 3-0 to Ottery. There's no way Awliscombe are going to rescue this, and I suppose in the last 4 or 5 minutes, it's just a case of how many we can get, because Awliscombe might capitulate, or they might press on here. They've got a chance with a free kick.
And the Ottery manager on the sidelines, pacing down, shouting, "Keep it professional," as there are mere minutes to go. He says, "Don't lose composure, keep it together, don't make any silly mistakes."
Graham Varley there in all black, hardly visible, because he's just right in front of the darkness of the row of trees behind the Ottery St Mary goal as the ball's whipped in there, and Ottery clear the ball and win a free kick. How do you think the Brazilian referee's done today, Steve?
I think he's had a very good game. We haven't seen any cards. We've seen some good decisions regarding free kicks that have contributed to the flow of the game.
And he hasn't been on the wrong end of any abuse from the fans either, which is
No.
always a good sign.
That's always good. He's an old-timer, he knows his stuff. And a very good referee, in my opinion. Getting out the way of the ball there, that referee almost got taken out. Now, possession is in Awliscombe's hand.
And it's out for another throw-in, and we've seen maybe less throw-ins in the second half than we have in the first, but still a significant number. Too many to count. And if we had 5 or 10 people here, we still wouldn't be able to count them on our fingers.
Yeah.
And we're approaching the 43rd minute here in the second half, which means the 88th minute in the match. And Ottery are still pressing as well.
Now, Ottery pressing just outside the Awliscombe area here.
And there's the ball in.
It's punched
Just
in across
over.
the area. Awliscombe easily able to...
That was number 3, Pat Dawes, who was screaming for the ball, and he did get it.
But I got to say, what he did with the ball when he got it wasn't worthwhile.
A really, solid, well-built number 12 gave him the assist.
Gave him the opportunity. He went for goal, but it was just far too wide. They're 3-0 up. There's mere minutes left.
Why not encourage these audacious efforts, which we saw from that rather wonderful third goal from Ottery from our number 8.
Of course, now possession exchanging rapidly between the teams. but Awliscombe holding the ball. 60-40 split to Awliscombe. As another aircraft heading to Exeter Airport does remind us of the position of Ottery Football Club in the flight path.
Well, there it is, Steve. I mean, the listeners can't see it, but they can certainly hear it right above us, directly above us. As our number 12, athletic number 12, chases down, and he could go for goal here, actually. The goalkeeper's off his line, but instead he brings it into the penalty area, Steve.
Awliscombe defender in the way, and he puts it out deliberately, I must say deliberately, for an Ottery throw.
Well, he didn't take the chance, didn't want to take the chance of punting it out and securing a counter-attacking move for Awliscombe. Instead, he prodded the ball out.
It's very much a case of damage control for the Awliscombe defenders here.
Oh, and number 3 there, he's taken a hit. Pat Dawes
just took a ball right to the face.
He's still on the ground. The Brazilian referee's asked how he is, and he's not complaining. He's up on his feet again.
He's had it happen before. These guys are tough. You know, you do get injured playing football. It's something that comes hand in hand with the game.
But that's the thing, Steve. No matter what level you play at, you've got to be fit. As the ball comes in, it's not a goal.
It's not a goal.
It's offside. Wasn't
of course,
even in.
the spectators would, in fact, let us know if it was a goal. It's certainly offside. And
we've had a couple of offsides for Ottery, Steve, in the course of the second half.
They're really pushing it. I think we're heading into a couple minutes of extra time.
No need for too many, because Ottery have won this game convincingly, comprehensively. As it's another offside. But the referee...
There's the final whistle.
The referee blows the whistle, and as players shake hands, the blue of Ottery and the yellow of Awliscombe, we can safely say it's been thoroughly enjoyable, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And the final score there, Oscar?
It's Ottery St Mary 3, Awliscombe United 0. Here from Washbrook Meadows on the 4th of August 2012. And don't forget, you can get involved. Send in your comments of the match. otteryradio.co.uk.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, following Ottery St Mary's comprehensive victory over Awliscombe United, I'm now joined by the Otters manager, Graham Varley. Graham, how did that game go, and how has pre-season gone in particular?
Well, I think that this particular game is really good because it's our second game. Last week was a bit of a disaster. It was the first game under the new management, and a lot of players have left and a lot of players have come in. And so last week was pretty incoherent, and we played against a very good side which took advantage of it. Today was about finding balance, and I thought we did that really well. Dave Weeks, who is our right back, he went off injured at half time, but he's also a very highly qualified coach. He's done a really good piece of work. We worked on the team shape during training, and you could see it out there. We looked very confident. We looked like a team that had played together more. So I'm pretty happy with it. So I think it's not been a normal pre-season, because actually there's a whole set of different people coming along and getting to bond and come together. So I'm happy with it. Really.
I think there are 2 players here playing for Ottery today, weren't there, who played for us last season?
Yeah. I mean, it really has been a complete upheaval. Yes, with coming out of the Peninsula League, basically many of the players left because partially because it's semi-professional, and also it was a big shock to the whole club to end up in Division 3. We thought we were going to be in the Premier or Division 1, so ending up so low down the leagues, relatively speaking. But looking at it, I think it's a good thing. But what we want to do here is build up with these young players, and you saw James Wales coming on at right back, you saw Adam Harris playing in the middle of the park in the second half, and they're 16, 17, and we're really pleased with what they did. But you'll also see I brought a few players who I've got, Pat Dawes and particularly Ryan Pearson, who you saw score that spectacular second goal. Yeah, he's been with me for a long time, and you can see what energy he brings to and a winningness. Yeah, which is what we want to get. Enjoy ourselves, but win.
And penultimately, how does the season look ahead? What are your actual aims for the season? Is it a stable club, or is it to actually go on and look to win every game?
I'll start off by being modest and say we stable, play entertaining football. But I know as the season starts to go, it'll be very difficult for us not to want to start winning. And you saw today how much pleasure people got. There's been so many games lost here over the last couple of seasons. For them to have something to go away and enjoy, see some good football, controlling. I think is really important. So I think we'll get the bug will bite in, and we'll be aiming to try and get promoted. But we'll see halfway through. Come back to me halfway through, we'll see.
And finally, can anybody come down and support Ottery?
Yeah, we train on Tuesday nights. Both the first and the second team train. And as I say, Dave Weeks is an extremely good coach, probably the best coach I've ever seen. And he works for the Welsh FA as a physiotherapist. But I think he's picked up so that Tuesday night 7 o'clock. Just call in down here, or otherwise, I'm sure you can pass on my contact details. People can speak to me, and I'm very happy. And Chris, when he's back from his holidays, the second team manager, we're both happy to have conversations. Anybody can join. Yeah.